What's poppin', good people? Why, it's been forever. It's been a week. Hey, man, the week has been crazy. It's Maxie Daniel. Tuko hapa tumekam. Today we are doing red, looking nice, nini. So, the week has been good, by the way. I'm grateful. Nyasai amekuwa on my side. And so it's been crazy in that when you the same week nimekuwa na very serious mental breakdown. The same week we got arrested. Yeah, me and my sisters tulikuwa tumetoka Ocha, and then 7:30 katupata tao Kisumu, and then we got arrested, but hatukufika station. And then because of our tininess, kwanza mimi venye mimi ni mfupi, and because they are also young, we said we were students, we wanted to go back to school, so we were released, but in the middle of somewhere, so we had to like find our way all the way to kwa nyumba. So but we came here safe. And my brother got into an accident. He's better now. Yeah, so technically it's been crazy. It's been real crazy, but all in all, we are happy to be here. I am happy to be here. Aki, every time natakanga kufanya video is when huyo kuku anakumbukanga kupiga kelele. I don't know why. I think my voice huishtua. So today I am going to talk about something that was somebody requested me to talk about. It's called consent. Now, when we look at consent, we look at it in the perspective, maybe sex, or maybe mostly sex when we talk about consent. But today I want to look at it differently kidogo. Consent in terms of permission. Of course, consent is permission. But to simplify it in terms of permission, for you to permit somebody to do something, or to permit somebody to work with you on something. For example, if I send you a link of this video and you open it, do we call that consent? Have you consented for me to do that? Or when you look at but let's look at when it comes to maybe personal boundaries, and there's some things there's some things that we just generally as human beings don't like to say no, you get, because you feel like you'll be disappointing somebody, but as these people infringing on your space when it comes to probably giving your consent as a person, because you find when we look at consent, when you look at consent, you realize that it's very dynamic, it's very different, and you find that it depends on who is giving the consent or who is being given the consent. For example, if I'm talking to somebody, for example, the other day I was having a discussion with people on my status, for those who have my number, and I was asking on the first date or on the first meetup, is it okay for you to kiss somebody without their consent? Is it okay to hold their hand? Is it okay to hug somebody without their consent? Because there are people who naturally from a very young age, they were taught consent, where somebody has to ask for permission to even say certain things to me. Because you realize there are people who you can just go around them and you cuss the way you want. You unakaa kidogo and say, fuck, unakaa kidogo say nini, you see. But there's some people who love to ask, oh, by the way, do you have a problem with me cussing? Because now I need to regulate the amount of cussing. Enye naweka. Again, when you look at that, consent ina apply hapo. Also, there are people who love their personal space. Like, for example, myself. There are to some extent I look like an extrovert. I had to be at some point, but in reality I'm more of an ambivert person. Depends on who you are or where I'm at that moment. So for me, you'll find that there are some spaces where I would need you to seek for consent to come. Like my house, for instance. Goodness, you don't just wake up and come. You'll have to call me. You tell me, yo, on Friday I'll be coming over. Not because it is I feel full of myself or anything, but it is the only happy place that I know. Yes, it is the only environment that gives me that peace. Yeah, so if you just violate it, then by violating I mean unaamka tu unakuja, you put the kind of music whatever that you want, nini nini, it becomes a whole different thing, you see. So it's different when we want to talk about, sorry about that, it's different when we want to talk about consent for different people. Yeah, when we look at our upbringing, me, I tell my siblings, by the way, I tell my siblings, I have as I said in my introductory video, that I have 7 siblings. So my mom, my late mom, may her soul rest in peace, gave birth to 5 kids. Yeah, then my stepmother has 2. So I tell all of them, from our house to the other house, that somebody has to ask you for permission to do things to you or with you. They have to. They can't just impose things on you. They have to ask you. They have to ask for your consent. If, for example, when it comes to matters, can I give you a hug? Me, I just don't go hugging my siblings, by the way. I tell them, do you feel like being hugged right now? They go like, oh, yeah. Then I hug them. But if somebody doesn't feel like being hugged at that moment, it could be something to do with them, not you. So take it or leave it, or say. Because at the end of the day, we have to teach people, even there are adults who need to be taught on consent, because they never had that upbringing. Yeah, they need to be taught on consent. They need to understand consent. What does consent entail? Is from my personal space to how I think, to how people think about me, to everything is revolved on consent. Yeah, even for you to watch this video and to agree to support me, I had to seek your consent. Yeah, you had the choice, you see. And I'm very happy you chose to be here. And that is very good. So you had the choice to choose. And we always have that choice. We always have the ability to give consent. So if you have the ability to give consent or not to give, choose according to how you feel it will benefit you. Maybe there are people who will call me up and like, yo, Max, kuna form, si tuishie. I'll be like, kuna nani. Kuna so and so. I'll be like, okay, sawa. So I won't be able to make it, but you guys have fun, because already I've seen so and so akiwa hiyo sherehe ni bombo klato mse, hakuna hapo, ni hakuna ni usherati. Niliacha usherati. Mnisamehe, siko na nyinyi. Do not belong to the streets. Yes. So yes, so at the end of the day, I have to give consent. Yeah, because if I don't give, sorry about that, somebody's trying to call me, and you know my phone is also my camera, is also my what. But next time naika flight mode. Yeah, so yes. What else about consent that I will talk about when it comes to, maybe, as I was saying, like adults, for instance. Kuna watu wakubwa wenye hawajui consent. Na mtu ni mtu mzima, by the way, na miaka zake 35, but hajui consent ni nini. You understand? They do not know. You want to tell them about consent, they'll be like, I need permission to do that? Wait, I need permission. Like, there's a friend of mine who was telling me that amelelewa na the aunts. Yeah? They are Kikuyu. I don't know why I've mentioned the tribe, but they are Kikuyu, and they the aunt has the mazoeano ya kuwa spank. Yeah, she's a lady, and her pronouns are she, her. So she's a lady, and the aunt, whenever I'm spank, she feels uncomfortable, but because hakuwa na yongelelea, she grew up, and today the aunt still does that. And I told her, hey, it's about time you told your aunt, fine, you grew up without boundaries. But now I've learned what boundaries is, I've learned what consent is, I've learned what this, and how it makes me feel. So let's have a conversation. If whether this aunt has the ability to understand this thing or not, you have made your space clean, and they now know that they make you uncomfortable. So next time they will even refrain from coming close to you. Yeah? Because there are people. Let's talk about this girl I was talking to also, who was telling me that a friend of hers was being, every time angekosea alikuwa anachunwa nipple. They were in class 8 at that moment. So tell me, your time, men who are watching this, matiti ikikua, it is painful. my friend, it is super painful. So imagine somebody anaipinch, already ni uchungu hapo maliko, then somebody anaipinch. Gosh, apart from that, this is somebody who is supposed to be your father, just touching your breast anyhowly, tuachane na hiyo. Yes, here we cannot apply consent. We cannot. That person has violated you from here to Timbuktu. They have violated this particular girl. So there are adults who grew up who did not understand what consent is. Yeah, so it's about time. Whatever age that you are right now watching this, learn to know your boundaries. Learn to know you know that you have the power to give consent or to take it. A yes can be withdrawn at whatever time to become a no. A no can be withdrawn at whatever time to become a yes. It is up to you. It is your choice. It is choose how you want it to be. Because if you do not make that choice, then it will be made for you and the consequences will not be beautiful. Like my face. Yeah? The consequences will not be nice. So it's up to you to make that choice. Right now, maybe you could have grown up in an environment where your democracy haikuwa. Me, thank God I was raised by a democratic father. Let's say I was raised in democratic homes because I've been raised in different homes. So I was raised in a democratic home where my opinion mattered. And that's why I grew up to be this. Yes? Because I will be asked, what do you think? And my opinion mattered at that point. And that's why every time I tell my siblings, your opinion matters everywhere you go. Yeah? Make them understand that you don't like this. Make them understand that it makes you uncomfortable. And if they do not listen, make them listen. Teach them how to listen. It doesn't matter whatever age that you are. So, sitaki kuendelea kupreach. So thank you all so much for those who have subscribed. Thank you all so much for those who are sharing. Thank you so much for those who are giving me comments every day. But I am planning something. I'm just watching the comment section. There's something that I'm planning. Yeah? And I'm also planning, there's a new poem coming up. And it might hit your notifications very soon. Yeah, it's a very beautiful gospel poem. Namcha Mungu. So you guys just get ready for massive things. And on our next conversation, maybe we can talk about culture and what culture does to different people, not just women, because many a times people talk about women, but maybe next time we can talk about culture and then we see what happens. Maybe you can give in your opinions on the same through my socials, Maxie Daniel on the pen or Maxie Daniel, kila mahali. Maxie Daniel is independent, then Maxie Daniel on the pen do ikona poetry and all that. So everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Bado nateseka huko TikTok, but yeah. So we'll see. So thank you all so much for being so wonderful. Thank you for those who made, by the way, purchases. Watu wameitisha t-shirts yani. So the t-shirts, and we took on t-shirts za kuanzia 3 months old all the way to 100 years old. I'm more. Yes. So from 3 months, sorry. So we can do t-shirts from the age of 3 months all the way to mahali mse amefika hata 150 or whichever, or 900 kama wale wa Biblia. We do that. So thank you all so much for those who keep ordering. You can use my social media platforms, and also I'm going to give the contact yenye unaweza nipigia kwa description. Yeah, so I'm just going to give the contact so that you can have it. So thank you all so much. Let me not make this video too long, but remember, always know that you have the chance to give consent or to withdraw it. Thank you all so much and have yourself a lovely time. I love you all so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah.